I'm back.
He is back from Cancun. Him and Jalen Hurts shared a little kiss when he arrived. Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
I saw Josh Allen down there. Saw Brock Purdy. I ran into them all.
He also rode a goat. Little do you guys know, he showed us a picture the other day.
I am the goat.
That was AI.
We'll get into a little bit about
that was a real
the goat later. But
yeah,
I'm
that's going to be for the end of the college section. Now, guys, this is probably going to be the last little bit of college content we do. We'll probably throw a little bit into trivia when we get there. But the national championship game is over, and the Indiana Hoosiers are your national champions. Really no surprise. Honestly, when did you guys finally accept that Indiana was going to win the national championship? Like, what point in the season?
When they won last week?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure they were going to beat Miami, but Miami was shocking me all the way through. I would say probably going into the playoffs that I was pretty certain they were going to win it, just because, I mean, or you know what? No, it was, who did they play that they just smacked them in the playoffs? Not Oregon. Who was it? Was it Oregon?
They did smack Oregon. They smacked
Bama.
I think it was the Oregon game where I was like, yeah, there's no way this team loses in the championship.
Yeah.
Mine was after the Big Ten championship game when they beat Ohio State. I was like, this team is good enough to beat anyone in the country at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah,
awesome for the Indiana Hoosiers. Curt Cignetti in his, second year with Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Turned this entire program around. My biggest question for you guys before we talk about that game a little bit, how do we think Cignetti was able to accomplish this? Like, what goes to your guys' head?
Just Google him.
Yeah, that's true. He wins.
He wins, baby.
And he does, like, literally that aged like fine wine right there.
Man, what a gangster thing to say. And then to follow it up.
I'm a little sad we didn't get to see this man break through a little bit earlier in his career. From what I hear, him and Saban have a little bit of some bad blood because Saban would never, let's just say, give him a promotion within the Alabama sideline. So he had to go elsewhere to build a name for himself. And my, oh my, did he.
Yeah. Started from the bottom, dude.
Now we're here.
Yeah. But yeah, his coaching.
But he's already in his 60s, so.
Yeah. He's probably not going to be a coach for more than, I would probably say, like 5 to 8 years. Maybe he coaches longer than that. Who knows?
Well, didn't he get an 8-year extension?
He did, but also, do we think he's going to be there all 8 years for Indiana?
If they stay contending, he just won them their first ever championship of all time for them. I don't see how they could get rid of him within 8 years.
I think he's in Pittsburgh next year.
I don't think he ever goes to the NFL. I think he loves college.
He won't go to the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
I've heard so many reporters are like, "Oh, Cignetti could end up in the NFL." No, he's never leaving college.
No,
he loves the college atmosphere, growing those kids and the relationship. I mean, just
growing
reading
kids?
about. Yeah, he grows the kids. Okay. Noah,
grows
you and your little kid
don't
stuff. Let's stay away from it for one episode.
You're the one
please.
that said it, not me. Okay.
Yeah, but
I didn't say anything.
Burnsy understood exactly what I was saying, and you had to take it there.
I do too.
No, I mean, just you see the reports of him and how he is with those kids and you know what he does there. So there's no way he leaves college.
Yeah. He's been able, I think, to master the success. And I've listened to several different podcasts because I've really been digging to want to know why Indiana was able to become a powerhouse in this short of time after being, I think they were the worst Power 4 program in college football history before he got there. Insane turnaround once again. But he was able to maximize, number one, potential in the transfer portal because this is a new day and age. If you have a millionaire giving you money for your roster, you always have a chance to compete. I think I have brought this up on this podcast before. National champions the last couple of seasons would be touchdown underdogs to national champions in that 4-team playoff. The talent disparity is way less than it has been talent is spread across the entire landscape of college because guys are chasing money, which I understand, especially with these guys being young. Getting a bag is good, especially if you don't think you're going to go to the NFL and make a lot of money there.
I've said a lot in this podcast of how much I hated the transfer portal and NIL. I'm reverting it. This championship made me like it, and just seeing Ohio State get kicked out first round, Bama get knocked out first round, like it made me realize what the portal actually did and what NIL has actually done for it. Do I think that there's things that need to be fixed and changed? Absolutely.
Yes.
The stat we talked about a couple months ago, where basically like 30 to 50% of the league was in the transfer portal,
and that was within a week of it opening too.
Yeah, so like that, there's definitely some things that need to be reworked for it. But I'm gonna flip my mindset and go back on what I said previously. I like it. I mean, the fact that it put Miami and Indiana in the championship, something no one in the beginning of the year ever expected or called. I think we're seeing the effects of it, and I can appreciate that. So I'm going to be a man and say I was wrong, and that the transfer portal and NIL has actually helped this league.
Yeah. The talent is just, like, here's the thing. Kids don't want to sit for 2 years, and, like teams like Ohio State and Alabama would have 5 stars sitting for a year or two before they were starters. Now it's like, well, why do that? I can go to Indiana, or I can go somewhere else, and I can start right away. So then you're immediately boosting your stock, and then you can get more NIL. So it's just so much more spread out now. It makes it a little bit more fun because you really never know. Obviously, those big teams are still going to be prominent, but you never know who's going to be in the national championship at the end of the year. So it makes it fun.
I don't think we'll ever see a rise quite like Indiana did in 2 seasons. I think that's a little unrealistic to expect from some of these non-good Power 4 teams. But we will see a rise of some of those like top heavy ones that can't crack that like top 5, that sit in that like 12 to 15 range. We'll see more of those teams start to climb in and be stories like Indiana did. Now, Indiana, I know a lot of people want to complain. It's not their fault that they're allowing 24 and 25-year-olds to play college. Maximize your potential on a year-to-year basis. If you want, and here's the thing, you should be prioritizing 24-year-olds with 3 years of playing experience over the 5-star freshman that's never touched a football field. That is how you are going to win that year. Now, if you can retain the 5-star, let them develop a little bit, which guys don't want to do anymore. If you can get a 5-star, and I will say I've never given Dylan Raiola credit. The fact that he is willing to stay at Oregon and sit for a year under him, I actually think he's going to go higher in the draft when he enters, because he's showing that he wants to grow. Regardless of the Mahomes comparison, that shows a lot to sit behind someone as a 5-star recruit who started for 2 seasons already. This is going to bump his draft stock and allow him time to develop under a quarterback that would have been a top 3 draft pick this season.
I do think that there is something to say about, the age in college. I mean, watching that Carson Beck interview where he's like, oh, I graduated 2 years ago. Like, that's just insane to me. That's insane to me that there's a dude sitting here and he's in an interview and he's getting asked, classes, or I don't remember what the question was. And his response is, I graduated 2 years ago on a college football team. There's something needs to be done about that. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Burns, you're going to understand this reference. He's going to pull a Perry Ellis and get another year of eligibility.
Legend. Perry Ellis.
Who's the dude that just got shot down? Who was I looking at?
Chambliss?
Don't talk about it. It's Trinidad Chambliss, but he's going to get it. He's going to play next year. He's 1,000,000% going to play next year. They're going to rule an injunction.
What am I missing? I swear I saw that he got shot down.
No, he did. Through the NCAA. And if you've noticed trends in the NCAA, whatever they rule does not matter. All these players take it to their state courts. They ruled that the NCAA doesn't have that kind of control over players, and they get reinstated for another year. They rule, I think it's called an injunction, and those players get another year. He will get another year because they have let guys get away with that over the last few seasons. Pavia being the original one to start this whole, if you played at JUCO, you could get more years of eligibility. Trinidad is. Do I think it's a bad decision for him specifically? Yes, because I don't think he's going to grow his draft stock from where he did this year. They lost Lane Kiffin. They lost their best defensive lineman, and they lost a bunch of guys in the draft this year. I think it's the wrong decision for him specifically. He should go to the NFL.
I agree. I think he could have went third, fourth round.
I think he could have been a top 5 quarterback in this year's draft.
He could have been higher.
Yeah.
I thought the playoffs, were awesome for him. I thought he looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should have went to the NFL.
I do, so that we don't get too far off this topic, because there's a couple other news notes I want to catch you guys up with. I do want to say regarding the game itself of the national championship, because we got away from it a little bit. Indiana takes a 10-0 lead going into the halftime, just absolutely dominating. Probably should have been able to take a larger lead than they did. Miami did miss a field goal right before the half, but there were several questionable personal foul misses, and they were just roughing Mendoza up. Now, he was running for his life that whole first half. Their defensive line was teeing off on him. And that was the one thing we talked about coming in, was how was Indiana's trenches going to match up with the trenches of Miami? And quite frankly, both defensive lines were eating for the most part. Bless you, good sir. But yes.
Thank you. I'm a loud sneezer. Sorry, guys. I'm a loud sneezer.
Miami was able to keep this game within contain in that first half with Indiana dominating. They got that long touchdown run on their first drive of the second half. And then this was a game the entire rest of the way. So I do want to go into the first drive of the fourth quarter with the man that started this segment in the first place. 98 yards with the fellas. Drive of the week. In the season, it's got to end with the man that started it, Fernando Mendoza himself. After, and I do have it right here so I don't mess anything up, after Miami scores a touchdown in the fourth quarter to make it a 17-14 game, Indiana goes on a 12-play, 75-yard drive that takes 5 minutes and 39 seconds. They go for it on fourth down twice, the first one being a back shoulder fade and an insane catch by the jump ball king himself, Charlie Becker, roommate with Fernando Mendoza, a guy that no one knew his name halfway through the year. And then he went off. I think his first game he went off was against Penn State, and we brought that up before on here. Had a coming out party over 100 yards in that game itself. I don't think I have seen this man drop a ball all season, and when you throw a back shoulder fade to Charlie Becker, it is getting caught. And it was
he catches everything.
That was a beautiful,
the
Mendoza threw it short, right, which he should have. CB had the route on him. The cutback.
CB, we're giving him nicknames now. Honestly, he deserves it.
No, I meant
he meant cornerback. I think.
CB. I thought you meant Charlie Becker, bro.
CB works too.
Thought you meant Charlie Becker.
Yeah, I meant the cornerback, but he had him beat on the route, so he cuts back, and Carson Beck, the way that he cut back on that,
Charlie Becker. We're not
Charlie
messing
Becker,
names
whatever.
That's now you got CB. What's going on?
You got me so messed up with the CB, man. You got me so messed up. Anyway, what I was trying to say, great catch. I'm just going to end it there because I keep messing up.
Great catch.
That's okay. To be fair, though, I'm just trying to correct you from time to time on these podcasts because you got eaten alive on our one video on TikTok where the guy was like, why is he saying Iowa when you were just shortening Iowa State?
Yeah, he did.
Like he was, it's like calling Penn State
looking
Penn.
for that TikTok video. I could not find it.
Okay. I'll show it to you.
It was funny.
Cool. I don't care. Yeah. He can hate.
Yeah, that's fine. But okay,
that means I'm
continuing the drive of the week and quite frankly, the drive of the season. 4th and 4, Signetti pair on him to not kick the field goal to go up 6, but to go for it. And Fernando Mendoza and Signetti together run a quarterback draw on 4th and 4 in the fourth quarter of the national championship game. Safety doesn't crash down on that right side fast enough. Left side got clogged. Mendoza breaks a tackle, and I don't know if you guys have seen the edit. Last season when Mendoza played for Cal, I believe it was Wesley Besank, absolutely clobbered him. And it looked like he cracked a rib. I don't think that actually happened, but he got severely punished in that game when they played Miami last year. He breaks the tackle. falls into the end zone and gives Indiana a 10-point lead that they did not relinquish the rest of the way. Carson Beck throws a boneheaded interception on Miami's last chance to come back in that game. Entertaining all the way. And let's just say Indiana made more clutch plays. Those back shoulder throws from Mendoza, amazing. I forget. Yeah. I think he completed another one to, maybe it was Omar Cooper in that game. I can't remember exactly, but he threw another one later in that fourth. It was Becker again. I'm almost certain it was Becker again. He caught one on that last drive.
Dude, that touchdown run, man. That touchdown run will forever go down in national championship history. I mean, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. That run was sick. I mean,
the trust you have in your quarterback to run a 4th and 5 QB draw, I mean, it worked beautifully. There was nothing that the hole that was created right up the middle. I mean, it worked wonderfully. But the cojones, like you said, the cojones to call that play on 4th and 5 is
that probably won them the game. That call.
It did. That decision won them the game because Miami scored then a touchdown the next drive. I mean, I do think Indiana, they were in field goal range late in that game. But yeah, it does change the landscape. It would have been a lot different of a game had they not done that. Now, my one question before we fully move on from this and I bring up the transfer portal news. Do we think Indiana can be this good next season? Do we think they are national championship contenders next season?
I mean, how many people are they losing? Like, they're losing Mendoza, right?
A lot of their guys are 24
They're losing a lot.
And they will be losing. Yeah. Mendoza, Surratt, Cooper. They still have Charlie Becker.
I mean, Cignetti's a great coach. So, Cignetti, sorry for everyone who's going to hate on me.
It's Cignetti.
It's Cignetti. He's a great coach. So, I think he's going to turn it around. And I'm sure he's going to do a lot of work in the transfer portal. But I mean, you can't say they're going to be national championship level when they're losing that many guys from their roster. Yeah. Do I think they can be contenders again? Absolutely. Do I think they'll be ranked top 15 going into the season? Probably. But I can't, without seeing what they do in the transfer portal and the guys that they have coming in, I can't say that they're national championship contenders again.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who plays quarterback for them. I mean,
well, we know who's playing quarterback for him next year.
Who's playing quarterback for him?
Josh Hoover out of TCU.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I've also never heard of him, but his brother, Fernando's brother, went to Tech, so he's gone.
Tech, yeah.
Alberta.
So it'll be interesting. We'll see how this Hoover fella does. I have no idea who that is, but I'm sure Cignetti knows something that we do not. Yeah. So,
Bernsey, move your face into the full frame. I want to see you. I want to see you, you cutie. Come on. Oh, he's hiding now. Look how shy he is. Okay. Where am I going with that? Oh, I was going to comment on that question too. I agree with Hunter fully on this one. Top 15 team more than likely. Now, you guys know the billionaire that feeds them their NIL money, right?
Enlighten me.
Mark Cuban?
It's Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is an Indiana alum. That's part of the reason why they are able to get as many good guys in the transfer portal as they have the past few seasons. And I don't know if you guys saw it. It was kind of a joke, but kind of legit. There's no reason he would come back. Mark Cuban made an offer that he would pay Fernando Mendoza's entire NFL salary for this coming season for him to stay at Indiana for one more season. I don't know if that was a meme or if that was legit, but I thought that was funny to look at.
I mean, paying a rookie deal, not that expensive. Paying his rookie bonus, his draft bonus, that's a lot of money. So
it's like $27 million up front.
Yeah, depending on where he goes. I mean, yeah.
It must be cool to just have $27 million to just throw around.
It'll probably be more than 27 for first.
It might have been probably more. I can't remember exactly.
I think it's closer to 40. I think because it past like the top 5, it drops drastically. But I think it's closer to 40 for first round or first overall.
I do want to move on to something else, and I will say Indiana has added, as I just said, Josh Hoover in the portal. They added Nick Marsh, who's a very good wide receiver out of Michigan State.
Oh, yeah, he is very good.
And they added Penn State disgruntled corner A.J. Harris, who was a projected first-round pick coming into the season, leaves Penn State after getting benched because he got torched by a 5'7" white dude from Northwestern. And now he is on the Indiana Hoosiers. We will see if his ego will be able to be reined in and become an NFL prospect once again. The only other thing I wanted to bring up, top left tackle, by the way, Jordan Seaton out of Colorado is in the portal, so that's a big name to watch out for. And with Miami lasting so long and not becoming and getting any of the quarterback in the sweepstakes that were there, Miami pulled what happened to be one of the biggest, we'll say, BS moves in all of college football. Did anyone see this news?
If you mention it, I may have. I'm not sure.
So this is a quarterback that I don't actually think Hunter will probably know the name. Bernsey, you might know the name. Darian Mensah.
From Duke.
Who transferred from Tulane to Duke last year.
I did hear about this controversy.
2-year, $8 million contract with Duke at the start of last year. He played one season. Now, I believe he actually, I can't remember if he entered the portal the last day or if he actually entered the portal after the portal closed, which is its own issue. Miami lost out on the quarterback sweepstakes of everyone that was currently there. And instead of getting a lower tier one or trying to develop one, which they have not done in years, they offered a bag to Darian Mensah to leave Duke. Now, he was locked into a 2-year contract, but if there's one thing we've learned in college, you're not locked into a contract quite yet until they get some of this stuff figured out. So Duke is going to lose Darian Mensah. He is going to go to Miami as much as they try to fight it. They're going to be able to get that $4 million back from Mensah, which isn't going to help because there's no good transfer portal quarterbacks left. So I don't know what they're going to do at the quarterback position this year, but Miami has found their answer just by throwing a boatload of money at a guy that they probably should not be able to legally get, but they can get him because the NCAA does nothing.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like it's not the NCAA, it's state laws.
Well, no, it is Diaz. The NCAA because they can't actually. Yeah, but dude, it genuinely is the NCAA. They cannot enforce anything in college football right now because all these players just supersede them and go to their state court level, and the courts.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no actual laws, and in these contract details, you can't force a kid to stay at your school no matter what you put in the contract details, which I wish they could.
Listen, so I'm gonna give a take here.
Okay.
Yeah, 18, you're young, but when you're starting to get 2-year, $8 million contracts, sorry, pal, you're in the real world now. Any kid stuff goes right out the window when you sign a $2-year, $8 million contract. That should be law abiding. You cannot break it or you pay. This is the stuff that I'm talking about that needs to be fixed. And I get it. We're very brand new into this NIL and transfer portal. You're gonna have things go wrong at the beginning. I get it. We all understand that, but it's got to be fixed sooner rather than later. I haven't read too much into the whole situation. I did see this pop up. I don't know when he entered the transfer portal, if it was after that. That's a problem.
Fact check that while you're giving your take.
But I finished my take. That's got to be fixed, and this cannot happen moving forward. I don't know what the NCAA needs to do. It sounds like they need to make these things laws with the courts and, factor in state rights and state laws themselves. But something has to happen. You can't be calling these kids anymore if they're getting 2-year, $8 million contracts. Sorry.
All right, so here's more details, by the way. He entered right before the portal closed. So the day of the portal closing, he submitted the request hours before the deadline. Duke has filed a lawsuit alleging breach of contract, which is what you would do.
That's what I saw,
As they claim his agreement stipulated he could not play for another school before December 2026. A judge allowed him to enter the portal, but granted a temporary restraining order, which I don't know why we use restraining order in this instance. I always thought of that as a different thing. Prevents him from enrolling elsewhere or playing for another school. So he can't do that right now. But once again, it's gonna fall through, and he's gonna go to Miami because they can't really do anything. It's going through a court process right now since there's a lawsuit happening. But he will play for Miami next season. He will not get stopped from doing that. Okay, we do gotta get to what's up.
One more thing before we get in there. What is the and I should know this, I should read into this more, but
Mhm.
what is the ruling around the transfer portal? Can teams reach out to you before you enter the transfer
Yeah.
portal?
So what I will
Yeah.
say is it's a matter of, how do I say this? It's like paying players before NIL. Everyone's doing it. Only certain teams get caught for doing it so they can be the scapegoats for it. It's happening everywhere. Everyone is tampering. So it's
Wait,
more of
but in the NCAA rules, though, can you
no, you're
talk to
not
players
you're not
before
supposed
entering
to
the
you're not
portal?
supposed to tamper. You are not supposed to
So you
tamper or
can't talk to
contract.
players before they enter the transfer portal by the rules.
From what I understand of the rules, you are not supposed to contact players regarding your football team until the transfer portal opens, but most guys enter the portal knowing what team they're going to go to already. So that
That's
shows
what
tampering.
that was my point. Is like that's
Yeah.
another thing that Miami clearly did. There's no way that this dude
Mhm.
is leaving a 2-year, $8 million contract with the hopes he gets more. Like
Mhm.
Miami definitely contacted him and
Mhm.
was like, "We'll give you
Well,
a
so
boatload of
they
money."
technically were tampering. It's just a shady situation because he was locked into a contract. The portal was still open when they were contacting him to join their roster.
Okay, so you keep flipping back and forth here. Answer this clear
Wait.
question: Can
I
Miami talk to him before he enters the transfer portal?
Yes,
That
it's
was my
during
question.
the
You said
yeah.
no.
Sorry. It's during the transfer portal window. I thought you were asking if they were contacting him before the portal opened.
No. Before he enters the portal,
No,
can he talk to
yes,
anyone?
they can talk to them. His
Okay.
agent can talk to teams while the portal is open. Most teams are talking to guys outside of the portal window, which is the issue right now. That
Okay.
is technically tampering, and you can't do that. But we literally
Yeah,
saw
that's
Ohio
different. Okay.
State tampering directly after the game with Penn State with their defensive end, and he ended up going to Tennessee anyways. So it's not like that mattered.
All right. Let's
Now,
move on then.
I need one team from you guys coming into next year. That's it. Just one team. Who is your team to look out for next season that you think could be a title favorite?
A title favorite or just like a dark
Mhm.
horse?
Title favorite. Well, dark horse, like that could be a title favorite or just title favorite. Team to watch out for next year.
Pennsylvania State University.
And I could say this is a.
I'm not gonna say that.
That's tough.
I don't know. I mean, that's a tough question. I wish I looked into the transfer portal more and see where everyone went.
It's still not done. Not everyone's signed yet, but
Yeah, that's why it's hard to give the answer right now.
Yeah. I know who I'm going with easy.
Oregon.
I want to say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's got a good window next year. CJ Carr is going to be a year more experienced.
Yeah,
They still have
that's
a
a good
solid
pick.
team. I'm going with the preseason number 1 overall from this past season.
Texas.
I'm going to go with the Texas Longhorns. Arch Manning's got another year starting under his belt. And if they can protect him offensive and defensive line, they spend a ton of money. They got the best transfer portal wide receiver they could have gotten in Cam Coleman. And they're going to be dangerous next year, hopefully. Or else I just look like an idiot and they can't.
You definitely did see Manning progress over the season
Mm-hmm.
a lot. So I think that's a good pick as well. I think that they could definitely be very deadly next year.
They won't make the mistake of putting them at preseason number 1 again next year, but they will probably be top 3.
Yep.
Now, guys, it's our last time doing it for the season. It is our last Fall Ball 5. Now, we're just going to go over the conference standings to end. In last place, Phil, 46-53 for the season. He ended up picking it up a little bit there towards the end, but not great. Bernsey, a late addition, 19-15, so you went over 500. We'll give you props. You'll get a full season next year. Hunter and I, and we are record-wise tied at 60-39.
Which
and
I want to acknowledge is crazy. 99 games
nuts.
that we had, and we picked 60 and 39 each. That's insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and this one's gonna sting, and I will give Hunter his credit here. This is how this interaction went last week. He was in Mexico, obviously. We've already talked about that. I sent him a text and said, "Hey, our tiebreaker, since we're both picking Indiana, is going to be total points over under." I gave Hunter the honors of starting first, and God, that was the largest mistake of my life. Hunter picks 48. My final score prediction was 1 point off. I genuinely thought the score was going to end 27-20. It ends 27-21, and Hunter takes it home, hitting the 48 points on the dot. Now, for the podcast, you did win. You will be getting me and Phil's money. I do want to know, if you had to give an official score prediction, was it going to be 27-21, or did you think the score was going to be different, but with that total?
I definitely thought it was going to be a close game. 27-21 was definitely in mind. It could have been like 28-20 as well. I kind of just guessed 48, to be honest. I was sitting on the beach, Noah texted me, and I had a margarita in one hand, and I was like,
that's when you make your best choices.
And
True.
I had not looked at, people are going to probably say this is a facade. I had not looked at the lines or anything. I had no idea what the line was. And I was just sitting there thinking, this is not going to be a blowout. I think they keep it close, and 48 just floated in. And then they're texting me. They're like, it's crazy you guessed the over-under line. Like, I guessed it right on the dot, which honestly is kind of crazy. But I am the GOAT. You're welcome.
He reigns supreme. He will be, and I'm not giving him the college football ball knower. I'm giving him the college football prediction expert of the season.
I think I'm going to get a trophy that we're going to start passing around
honestly,
year to year.
We should do that. We can do that. Okay.
All right. I'm going to look into it, boys, and I'll send you all a Venmo request. We're getting a trophy.
We can do that. Now, we're going to use that to transition into the NFL. I'm just doing genuinely the quickest recap because we are releasing this at this point in time. It'll be Friday night when this goes out, and we are recording on a Friday. So going over the events that happened 6 to 7 days ago is not going to be the way we are going to handle this. We have the Denver Broncos beating the Bills in an absolute thriller. We are not going into depth of the officiating in this game at all, because that is the largest, I think, amount of discourse I have ever seen in a game, with the officials probably making the right call like 95% of that game. So, good calls, guys.
It was it was an interception.
Yes, we're not going to argue that. By rule, interception. Now, other games. CJ Stroud, Dookie.
I just got sick.
The Patriots move on. So we have a Broncos versus Patriots matchup. We are going to talk about maybe a little bit of analysis and predictions for that game later, after we get into some coaching carousel stuff. But NFC side of things, Seahawks blow out the Niners. Worst game of the playoffs by far. And the Bears fans' prayers were answered for about 15 minutes, and then DJ Moore stopped running his route. The Rams pull through in cold weather. Stafford leads a drive. The Rams, and do you guys know the Rams kicker by now?
Mevis.
Oh, no.
Harrison Mevis.
Mevis. Yeah.
It's Harrison Mevis. Now, I'm going to actually, little fun fact here. 2 years ago, it was one of the opening weekends of college football. I live bet, I think, $100 on Kansas State money line because they were heavy favorites in a game, and it was at Missouri. Harrison Mevis proceeded to kick a 63-yard field goal in college to allow Missouri to beat Kansas State. So I lost on like a 62 or 63-yard field goal.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Noah D's gambling luck right there.
Yeah. He is also, his nickname is the Thicker Kicker.
That's
little reminder for everyone. He is a big boy.
I know we don't want to get too much into the games because they were last weekend and everyone knows what happened already. But if you're Ben Johnson, two things I want to say. Ben Johnson, I don't know what happened to your trickery play calling that I saw on the Lions, but all of these 3rd and 4th and shorts and just run the ball up the middle, when I've seen you intentionally trip Jared Goff and run a play, I don't know what was going through your head there. It clearly wasn't working. They were shutting it down every time, and you just continuously did it. They had one drive where Monangai and Swift just ran right through the Rams defense, and then they thought that they could do it the rest of the game. So questionable play calling from Ben Johnson. I was expecting to see something crazy there when they were on that 3rd or 4th and goal. Not sure what was going through their head. Second thing, why not go for 2 there?
Wasn't there like a full 40 seconds left and the Rams had 3 timeouts?
They definitely did not have 3
I
timeouts,
think they
but
had, sorry, I think they had 2 timeouts. Here, I'll double check. I think they had 2 timeouts in about 40 seconds, which is plenty of time to
What
get in the
hold on, I have
range.
ESPN open.
see
Let me.
what he said actually made sense because they asked him after the game why he didn't go for 2 there, and he said their short yardage was bad. They were bad in short yardage all game, which makes sense because they
That's why I
were.
said live when I scored the touchdown that I was like, if
There
they
was
can't
only
convert.
18 seconds left.
Oh, well, once
Mhm.
again, I still think that's plenty of time in the NFL with 2 timeouts to get in a range with where the starting field
With the
position is
kickoff
now.
rolls, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but also the point that you made was exactly why he did not do it. They could not convert short yardage the last like
No.
40 minutes of that game. Why would they try to push themselves? Because they bunkered down the Rams defense, locked down when it was short yardage, and
but that's what
especially in the
Ben
red zone.
Johnson's known for. Like, am I losing my mind
No,
here? Like, are you
he's
guys
known for
confused
that
as
when he has
well? Like,
Jameer Gibbs and Amon Ra. When he has
like
superior talent, the Bears are not
he
the Lions.
has Swift and Monungai. Like, they're not
Okay,
terrible running backs. These are
Jameer
2 decent
Gibbs,
running backs.
DeAndre Swift, Jameer Gibbs, 20 pounds of dog crap. DeAndre
Right,
Swift, and
right.
then Monungai,
I'm
same
not
level.
comparing them to being the same level, but I'm talking trickery of play calling. We watched this man tell Jared Goff to fake a trip, and his play calling on 3rd and 4th and short was
Yeah.
run the ball up the middle. Are
Do you know what's
you not questioning that? Like, the whole time I was watching that game, all I could think about is where is all these trick calls that I've seen Ben Johnson call.
Do you want to
And
know
in the
what's funny?
game of your
Every time they run a trick play, it does not work because they don't have the guys to pull that off. And I will also say one thing. We saw this with Mike McDaniel a few years back. You can only get away with pulling this BS for 1 or 2 seasons before defensive coordinators start locking in, because this is turning into a defensive league for the most part. Defensive coordinators can start reading into your BS plays, and the defenses are too good nowadays to continue that level of play up for multiple seasons. We don't see OCs dominate at high levels for 5+ years anymore. You don't.
I mean, I definitely agree it's turning into a defensive game, but I would have liked to see more than just run the ball up the middle with Swift.
Yeah.
I agree with different play calls too.
If DJ Moore runs his route, like runs out that full route, I don't think it matters. I think the Bears probably win this game. So in the end,
I think it's still picked anyways because it was not a great throw, but he could have at least tried for it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have broken it up at least.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, so that is a quick well, that wasn't that quick of a recap, but a recap of the weekend that just was. Now, coaching carousel stuff, I'm literally just bullet pointing this right now. The big one over the weekend was Sean McDermott getting fired from the Buffalo Bills. This whole situation's a little bit smelly. Who was it that got promoted? Brandon Beane, right?
Yeah.
Gets promoted in this whole thing, and Brandon Beane is he's Pagula's buddy, so that's why he's getting promoted. I don't think McDermott was the problem in these. Let's be honest. And I will own up to it. Josh Allen turned the ball over 5 times. He did.
Yep.
Let's own up to it here.
Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the excuses that are made for him, dude, this guy is a phenomenal quarterback. One of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. But he's got a playoff scenario with no Burrow, no Mahomes, no Lamar, and he gets knocked out in the second round with 5 turnovers. I mean, we need to talk, like, we saw it twice. He did it in the Jags game and the Broncos game where he tried to make a superhero play right before the end of the half, fumbles the ball, gives them a field goal.
I blame play calling for that. Why are you even sending the offense out there to run a play? I'm blaming it too.
I mean, it could be play calling as well. But I mean, he tries to be his Superman self, and he fumbles the ball. When you're running with the ball like extended out in your arm, it's like players these days, all they go for is stripping the ball. It's not a tackling league anymore. It's a fumble league. So again, let me very much preface here: Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback. He made a lot of mistakes in this game. But I agree. I don't think I like the McDermott fire they tried, like the owner came out and he's like, oh, it was McDermott picking Keon Coleman, and like that whole blaming situation. There's a lot of blame game going on over there that I'm not a huge fan of. And you see a lot on Twitter and a lot of reporters and stuff, who's better at this point of the stage with how many teams let go of their coaches already, and you made it into the playoffs so you couldn't start interviews till later. Like, I don't like that fire. I mean, if you were going to do it, let at least the next season play out to where you have more position to bring someone else that's better on. But everyone that was good and open and out there was already taken by the time that they had let McDermott go. So I don't like, A, I don't think he should have been fired. B, I don't like the timing of it.
Internal issue. There's something obviously discombobulated between the head coach and the ownership and management where they don't see eye to eye. You don't see owners and GMs coming out and saying, we didn't agree with that draft pick. Let's be honest. Keon might not have been the best in terms of making practices on time. Okay. You have to do that at a professional level. They didn't really give the guy chances or opportunities. He just got benched. I feel like McDermott
he did drop a touchdown pass in that game.
Yeah, he did. It clanked off his hands. But to be fair, there was also touchdown. There was also an offensive holding on that play, so the touchdown would not have mattered. Yes, you have to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Yes, there was also an offensive holding, so it would not have mattered.
But that changes the game, though. And I want to talk because I was watching the game with my buddy Aaron. If he catches that, then they accept the penalty. And it's 3rd and long instead of declining the penalty, and it's 4th and
they were probably going to kick a field goal anyways, though. No,
but they had a chance for the touchdown again.
That's fair.
And that can change the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anyway, move on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I like what you're saying. Now they are in a position where there's not a lot of coaches left in the hiring cycle, and there are 5 teams right now that don't have coaches. Josh Allen thing. Let's compare him and Lamar and put them in the same boat finally. I don't know why we haven't done that before. I'm not going to call them regular season merchants. They have given us some awesome playoff performances. Neither of these players have been able to have their teams break through. And you want me to be honest here? I hate that we're blaming the head coaches. We have to start holding players accountable and not firing head coaches for it. He doesn't turn the ball over 5 times. The Bills easily win this football game because the Broncos offense looked horrendous for large chunks of this game.
I mean, I'm going to throw this name out there, and everyone's going to say it's because it's biased, so I'm going to throw 2 names out there. But the same amount of logic and criticism that's put on, Hurts or CJ Stroud, for example, should be put on Allen and Jackson when they're losing these games and with the turnovers. Am I saying they're the same level of skill? No, that's not the point I'm trying to make. But we watched that Texans game, and you watch all the comments made after the game. Stroud couldn't handle the blitz. He was throwing the ball up whenever he got pressure. He was creating turnovers.
Can we make an argument here, though? The 5 turnovers can look dramatically different. Josh Allen still threw for 350 and 2 or 3 touchdowns and also ran for 1. Stroud did nothing. At least you have to balance out what you did.
Yes, and I'm not saying it's the same. The point I'm trying to make is not that it's the same game. But the point I'm trying to make is you got these all-star guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar, who are these insane quarterbacks. And whenever they do bad, the blame's never on them. It's always an excuse. It's someone else's fault. The point I'm trying to make is just, put the same level of criticism on them as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're a bad quarterback, but they made mistakes. Call it out. Let them get better. Let them own up to it and move on. Don't just make these excuses for them, because it doesn't show that you know what you're talking about, right? If you're just going to make all these excuses for someone, then did you watch the same game I did? Because there was clearly some mistakes that were made. So the point I'm trying to make is just the same level of criticism. I'm not saying they're the same level tier of quarterbacks. The point is just same level of criticism instead of these excuses that we see flying around.
Burnsy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, that was brutal. Sometimes Josh just tends to go superhero mode, and and just makes horrific mistakes sometimes. And he's got to get over the hump at some point here, because this was supposed to be the year. I mean, like you said, all those guys, all those quarterbacks that were not in the playoffs, this had to be the year. I mean, look at the guys now. Drake May, second-year player. I think he's got a good team around him. And now we get Jared Stidham. So thanks, Josh Allen. Now we have to watch Jared Stidham. That's awesome.
I'm actually excited to see Stidham play. I'm excited.
Preseason god, Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
He started a total of 4 games in his 8 years in the NFL.
That's crazy.
Drafted by the Pats, went to the Raiders, and now he's with the Broncos.
Yep.
This is the game out of the two that I'm the least excited to watch this game because I could see this just being a defensive battle. Neither of these teams' offenses are elite. They're good, but they're not elite. And these defenses are what have carried these teams to this point.
Yeah. Are we getting into that game now?
I think.
Let's transition. No. Okay, wait. I'm rapid firing this. So, few big things. 1, Falcons. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, is now the president of football for the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see how that goes.
That's crazy.
Stefanski, head coach, coming over from the Cleveland Browns, and Tommy Rees, who was Stefanski's offensive coordinator at Cleveland, follows him too. See how that goes with the Falcons. I actually think the Matt Ryan hire could move to get them over this hump because they have the talent to be a very solid football team. Ravens hire Jesse Minter. Not too much to say here. He was the Michigan defensive coordinator under Harbaugh and was the interim head coach for a little bit. So a lot of his success came in a cheating scandal. So we will see how it actually translates. The Chargers defense was good though, but I also think that's a lot with how Harbaugh tends to run his team. Harbaugh has been a very good defensive-minded head coach for every team that he's ever been with. You remember those Niners teams back in the day with Navarro Bowman. Who was that other really good running back? Patrick Willis. I was thinking of linebacker, not running back, but Patrick Willis was money too. So good hire for the Ravens. You guys like that hire? Patrick Willis? Oh, what you talking about, Willis?
I think it's an okay hire. I'm personally never a fan of defensive coach-minded head coach hires. I personally always enjoy seeing an offensive coach mind go as a head coach. But I think that Minter will do okay for the Ravens. I don't know if I can say right now he's better than Harbaugh. I generally don't think I can say that right now. But I definitely think it'll be a change to them. And their defense started to fall a little apart. You know, they had a lot of injuries. But if you look back at their defense, 3-4 years ago, one of the top rated defenses in the league. So that's definitely something they need to bring back up, and we'll see if he can do that.
The thing I'll say about these new school, there is kind of like an era of new school defensive minded head coaching, like McDonald, where they just kind of let their offensive guy come in and just totally take over that offense, and they don't touch it, like with Kubiak and McDonald in Seattle. So I think there could be success. It depends. Have they announced their offensive coordinator yet?
Did they fire their OC?
It was Monken, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
The Ravens. Yeah, I don't think he's staying.
Yeah, I don't think he's
going. Be wrong. Oh, I don't know.
Is he? We could double check that.
Let me double check it right now. Keep talking. I'll look it up.
But yeah, I think he could be good. Like you said, I don't know if he's going to be better than Harbaugh. I just think it kind of just got stale, and I think a change of scenery is going to be good. I think it'll be good for the Giants. I think that's a good hire for them, for that young team that they have. And we'll see how it works out in Baltimore. Selfishly, I hope it doesn't work out because I'm a Steelers fan. But
yeah, they haven't hired on their new offensive coach yet. So
yeah, okay. I will rapid fire these ones. Jeff Hafley, one of those popular defensive coordinator names floating around the hiring cycle, goes to the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel leaves the Dolphins and becomes the offensive coordinator of the Chargers, which, funny enough, I think might actually reinvigorate that Chargers offense, who was very stale. I think this could help Herbert's career a bit. We had Bieniemy return to Kansas City as an offensive coordinator. Lions hire Drew Petzing. Know nothing about him. Cowboys defensive coordinator get the, I believe, secondary coach from the Eagles, Christian Parker.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him.
Yeah.
He was a great DB coach.
Bucks get, I believe this was the Falcons OC, Zach Robinson. Titans are going to have another 1 to 2 year head coach in Robert Saleh, who had a horrendous coaching career with the New York Jets a few years back. He's a good defensive coach. I don't think he's a good head coach. And if I see something about that Titans organization, if they struggle for 2 seasons, they're just firing guys now. They're not really, they don't want to work with coaches to get a process going because they fired their last head coach in 7 weeks, 8 weeks.
I don't like that. I'm not a fan of it at all. I don't like this win. I have this win now mentality, right? I'm an Eagles fan. We think that way. In terms of coaching, though, you have to give guys a chance to build their system in. You can't turn something around in a year. We were just talking about in the college section, right? What Signetti did is a fluke. You do not normally see someone flip an organization like that in 2 years from nothing to champions.
College is different too because you can pay as much money as you want to, and the NFL has salary caps.
Yeah, you have players coming in and out. It's definitely a different situation, but just proves to my point. Like, the Browns, I don't think they should have got rid of Stefanski. I don't like that firing at all. I think he's a pretty good coach, and I think he could have done some more there with Shedeur, but agreed to your, what I'm trying to say is I agree to your Titans mindset. They fire people right away if they don't auto win, and I don't like that.
Their original firing and where they messed up all this was Mike Vrabel, who had a couple of down years, had led them to a AFC championship game. They fired him after a couple of down years, and now he's back in the AFC championship game with the Patriots, which we'll get into that game in 1 second. I want to list my number 1 coaching hire of the cycle so far, John Harbaugh to the New York Giants. That is by far the best hire in the cycle. Harbaugh was a terrible firing as well. If we look at one thing, we talked about McDermott not being fired, or not, he shouldn't have been fired. It has just been Lamar underperforming in the playoffs. We go back a couple of years ago. Zay Flowers fumbled at the goal line. Mark Andrews dropped the pass to tie the game. We look last year, Mark Andrews drops a 2-point conversion.
I think there's a little bit more into the you're talking specifically though those playoff games. Well, yes, absolutely. It has been player mistakes. But if you look at their regular season, these fourth quarter
collapses.
I don't even know the right word for it. Collapses. Yeah, that's I think more in the mindset of their firing than it was these like weird player drops, Mark Andrews dropping a 2-point conversion. I don't think that's what really factored into this firing. I think it's the not running Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left in the game and he's dominating. It's the fourth quarter collapses. I think that's what factored more into the firing of Harbaugh. Yeah.
It's give or take though. It's give or take because they're going to probably answer those questions with Minter becoming their next head coach, but are they going to have the same level of consistency and success that they had with Harbaugh is going to be my thing. Sometimes you take a step back before you take a step forward, and I feel like the Ravens might do that.
I think what happened with Harbaugh, and it's not the same exact situation as Tomlin and the departure, but I think it's similar situations. These are great head coaches that have long tenure in the league. They needed a new set point. They need new scenario. They've lived out their tenure of that team. They need a new scene.
I get it. If they always say grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes it is. So hopefully it works out for these guys. We now have the Bills, the Steelers, the Cardinals. List me the other 2 teams that don't have coaches. Raiders and who's the
Browns?
That don't have a head coach right now? The Browns.
Browns, that's the other one. So 5 teams don't have head coaches right now. We will keep an eye on the cycle and obviously run you guys through. We did talk about coaches a bit there.
I want to throw in my coaching hire of the season as well. I think Harbaugh would probably be my number 1, but close second to me is Mike McDaniel to the Chargers. I think that's a great hire for them. I wanted him as the Eagles offensive coordinator. I think he could have worked wonders for us. So I think I think exactly what you said. I think this will look great for Herbert's career. hopefully they can build up the offensive line, man, and that'll be a good team next year.
Because you got a top guy.
I don't really. I mean, I'm excited to
Are
see the
you
Steelers.
lagging a little bit?
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
straight up. Okay, he's definitely lagging a little bit.
You
I
look
just
like
want Shula.
you ever watch like
There you go.
do you ever watch the Pat McAfee show?
He definitely does. I'm gonna answer before he even hears it.
Yeah, okay. It's like when they have like Schefter call in and he lags a little bit before he responds. This is exactly what's happening right now, and I kind of love it.
What's funny
It's
though
me.
is I don't know if he's actually gonna lag in the video feed because he's right with us. But okay, since we have spent a lot of time on some other stuff, analysis of these games, Broncos Patriots, I just want like a quick reaction. I'm on the Patriots here. I know this game's in Denver. Drake May is going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they win it. I think the team in the NFC is going to win it, but Patriots are going to win this football game. I think Stidham could play well. I just think the Patriots are too hot right now.
I think this is going to be a very close game. I think, and this is a hope/think that Stidham's going to come in and have a decent game. I think that I'm starting to see some of the Drake May young mistakes and errors that he's making. He had a couple in the game prior against the Texans. So I think this game is rather close. I definitely love the spread of the Broncos at 4.5. Do the Patriots win? Probably. They just have a much better stock team. And with J.K. Dobbins, there was a thought of him coming back, but it just got announced, I think, an hour or two ago that he is out for the game. I think that the Patriots just have a healthier roster going into this game.
Yeah, I think the Broncos
any feedback?
cover.
Anything else other than yep? Oh man, that was good.
All right, Broncos cover. There we go. Love the take. I mean, it's going to cut out the quiet time anyway. So whenever you answer, we're just going to listen from here on out. But I did want to check into these games. The last time these two teams played in the NFC the last time these two teams played, it was 38-37 Rams losing to the Seahawks in overtime. And earlier this season, it was the Rams winning 21-19 as a Jason Myers field goal from like 60-plus yards missed. So both of these games have been decided in the regular season by under 2 points. They meet probably the two best teams that could have made it from the NFC at this point in time. I personally like the Rams here. I feel like this is kind of a going out party for Stafford. I think the Seahawks defense is awesome. But like this Darnold thing, he didn't really have to do too much in the last game. Oblique injuries are tricky, and I think the Rams are going to put a bit more pressure on this game. It's not going to be a blowout.
Listen, the Darnold thing, I'm just going to iterate what Shanahan said. They're going to drug him up. I don't remember exactly what the drug was, but they literally came out and they're like, we knew he was going to be fine. They put some drugs in him, and they were going to kick in by the time the game started. Toradol. Yes. I definitely, I think I'm on the Seahawks here. No, not I think. I am on the Seahawks here. That defense is ridiculous. You're right. Darnold didn't have to do anything, but that's because we see what happens when Charbonnet's not in the game. Kenneth Walker is a dog, and they should have been doing this all season. I'm sure there's more that goes into it than I can think of off the top of my head, that they alternate this, but I think they were doing it like a 60-40 kind of split throughout the season. I think it really should have gone up to a 75-20, 80 or 75-25, 80-20 split for Walker and Sharp. So I'm excited to see what Walker does in this Rams game, but I'd love the storyline. I know what you're going for, Noah, with the young versus the old in the Super Bowl, but I just don't think that the Rams are going to go through the Seahawks defense. I mean, we saw them struggle against the Bears defense. So, yeah, I got Seahawks in this game, and I think I have them covering as well at 2.5.
Yeah, I like the Rams in this game, dude. I think I'm kind of a closet Rams fan, to be honest with you. I just love Matthew Stafford. I love Puka Nacua. And so maybe I'm just rooting for them, but I think it's going to be a banger of a game. I think the Rams win. They squeak it out. Maybe we get some overtime. But
When's the this is a question that I should probably know. When's the last time we had a 1-1 Super Bowl?
Could not tell you. That's
I
something
don't
you
know.
should probably Google to figure that out.
Because if the Seahawks win and the Patriots win, or the Broncos win, it's a 1-1 Super Bowl right there.
All I will say is it's actually probably a good thing the Rams lost to the Seahawks the last time, because you cannot beat the same team 3 times in one season. So it's good that they lost the last time. Now, you had said, I don't know how they're going to do against this defense. The last time they played this defense, they scored 37. So I'm not too worried about the Rams being able to score against a team that they see twice this season, even if it's in Seattle, because they dropped 37 the last time they were in Seattle, and this was about a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, I see it, and they definitely have an advantage with the Seahawks defense that they did with the Bears defense, but God, that Seahawks defense is good, man.
It is.
I can't. I don't think I can go against it. I agree. I'm a huge Stafford fan. I love the storyline, and I think it'd be a really cool storyline to see Stafford beat one of these youngins in the Super Bowl. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that Darnold takes the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. And the last time both one seeds were in the Super Bowl was actually in 2017 with the Eagles and the Patriots.
He knew the answer to that question. He just wanted to flex.
No, I didn't, but I saw that pop up and I was like, dang.
Okay. So let's go into our best bets and underdogs for this weekend. We're going to start off. We got to give Phil his meat again. Now, number one, we have been giving Phil a lot of credit for this. Going back to the college season, Indiana was his last team of destiny before he flew off into the proverbial sunset, and it forever be known as a legend on this podcast. Phil's picks for this game, or this weekend, are Rams, Seahawks, and Eagles not covering.
Yeah.
Rams, Seahawks over 46.5 at minus 110 odds, and he has the Broncos at plus 185 for his underdog. Now, Bernsey, I want to hear you go next here, since you're lagging behind, and by the time you hear this, the podcast might still be going on.
Okay. All right, I'll start. I'm going to fire them both off. And me and Noah talked beforehand about a little bit of a parlay. So I made a little parlay as my best bet. It is plus 1,400 odds. I have Drake May, anytime touchdown. Pat Bryant, 40-plus yards. And the Broncos to cover at plus 4.5. That is my parlay. I will be betting responsibly, unlike Noah. And, my underdog is the Rams.
I'm not betting at all.
Because I love the Rams. Sue me.
All right, Hunter, what do you got?
See, I want to say like my best bet is the Broncos plus 4.5, but I'm also taking Broncos money line as my underdog. So I feel it's disrespectful to, or not disrespectful, but it's not right to pick plus 4.5 as the best bet. So you go and let me determine my best bet real quick.
Bro, mine is disgusting. I'm not gonna.
All right, well, if we're all doing parlays, then let me put a quick lay together.
Mine is, it's literally okay. I'm taking the Rams at plus 120 because I just think they're the better football team. I think these are two really, really good teams. I think it's Stafford's time. It's going to go out on top. And the game is in California, so would be a picture-perfect ending to their season. Now, my same game parlay, it's disgusting. I have a touchdown score that has not scored since 2022.
You're sick.
My parlay, I am going to put my money where my mouth is, not actually real money because I had to quit gambling. All right, I can't handle it. Drake May to score a touchdown and the Patriots to win, and Matthew Stafford to score a touchdown and the Rams to win.
What is that at? Jesus.
So we are at plus 23,400 odds.
Oh, man.
So I will win the season challenge if this happens. Matt Stafford has not scored a touchdown in 3 years.
All righty. Let me finish up mine real quick.
I looked at that dude. He's plus, I think, 3,000 himself to score a touchdown. And I'm like, I feel like they could push him in. I feel like that's horrible odds. I know he hasn't scored in 3 years, but like, come on, 1 yard? He could do it. Kyron Williams fumbles in the end zone. Stafford falls on it. Touchdown.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting together a 6-legger.
I will say,
cook something up.
Okay,
Disgusting
go 4 or
now.
less. Go 6 legs, dude. I don't even know if I can fit that on the graphic, but okay, wait.
I could go 4
One last
leg.
thing.
I'll go 4
One last
leg.
thing. Go for it. One last thing before Hunter goes. Do you guys remember the ball fake? I forget who they were playing. I think it was the Cowboys. Peyton Manning's fake handoff where he just strolled around the outside. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining in this game is the fake handoff at the 1. Just jogs to the corner of the end zone untouched.
All right, I got mine. Hunter Henry anytime touchdown scorer.
Okay.
Broncos plus 4.5. Rams Seahawks over 46.5. Blake Corum anytime touchdown scorer at plus 3,440. We're making up all of the. We're taking back all the units right now.
We're sick. This is disgusting.
You better watch out. Vegas. Are you going to put this one in too?
Am I going to actually bet it? Yeah. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'll bet it right now.
Okay. One of you guys should put $1 on the one I picked because you'll win like $3,000.
I'll put $1 on it.
Actually, I think it's only $352. I lied.
Matt Stafford. So what was yours, Noah? Stafford anytime?
It's literally the 2 quarterbacks scoring a touchdown and their teams to win. That's it. And it was 10 to win like $3,300.
Oh, I hate Rams money line.
4 legs for $3,300 isn't crazy. Okay. Well, while Hunter is doing this, we want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode. We got a little bit of a lengthy one here. College is going to be, this is pretty much the last time we're going to talk about college unless there's some big news in the offseason. Talk a little transfer portal from time to time. We are going to be doing a lot of trivia-style games like we did in this past offseason. Did that a lot during the summer with all of us facing off. And we're going to make it a little bit more, we'll say social media savvy. So you guys can find us on TikTok, Instagram, all those things. We got big things planned in the future. We're going to be putting a little bit more time and effort into this thing to get you guys the content that you deserve. We appreciate you guys, the day in, day out hustlers that listen to us every single week.
Yes, thank you guys.
You are much appreciated. Gentlemen, what do we got to say to end the podcast?
I'm back from Cancun. I saw all the players down there hanging out. It was a wonderful time. It's good to be back on the pod. I know you guys missed me last week. But again, appreciate you guys all for another great football season. We still got 2 more weeks to go. We got the Super Bowl coming up. So, if you're in the Northeast and you're listening to this, sit back, enjoy some football, let the snow fall. It's going to be a great winter day, and I'm out.
They're all going to be trapped inside on Sunday, not be able to go anywhere.
Hey, 2 more Sundays of
trapped
this.
Inside.
2 more Sundays. Enjoy it, boys. I'm out.
Enjoy it while you can, guys.
All right. See ya.
Peace.